Thanks, Nick. Welcome to the home of the Southern Lions down here at Success. It's a wonderful afternoon for rugby as the Palmyra team takes the field. Run you through the lineup. Ethan Poyet, number 1. Sareli Valatulala at 2. Pearson Cannington 3. Henry DeVette and Andrew Sanders 4 and 5. Jackson Pugh, number 6 in the back row with Carl Bizet 7. Dylan Cunningham 8. Risa Napu, number 9. Finn McCabe, Adam Marshall, Leighton Short. His centre partner this afternoon is going to be Panashesh Kamara, Manahara Eden in number 15, Adam Marshall and Adam Turner. Nick, how are you this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm beautiful, Mitch. I'm lucky to beat the traffic getting down here nice and early this morning. Unlike yourself, rushing through a nice bit of traffic, but that's all right. As we look at the Southern Lions lineup this afternoon, Vita Tupou, Jordan Shelford, Chris Bain up front, Scotty Turnbull, Jack Terry in the middle, Ty Newsom, Will Burrows, Brody Eastwood lining up at the back. Through to the back line now, we've got Mitchell Kingsmill, Kyle Fell, Joe Lamoda, Cece Wagga at the back, Ryan Mills, and on the wing we've got the Nabrosis, Jonah and Mile. As we get underway now, Ian Sunderland, your referee for this afternoon's fixture. We go deep and we find Palmyra at the back inside their 22. Brought down nicely there. Beautiful afternoon for rugby. Got advantage coming early here. There's a quick little line break straight away by Leighton Short. 21 degrees sunny, a little bit of wind left to right of your screen going with Palmyra's backs at the moment. Advantage is going to be over. We're finding ourselves down the wing all the way. Is going to be Adam Turner finding on the inside. Panessa Kamara is going to go into the corner. Simple as you like. First try of the afternoon goes the way of Palmyra.
Oh, wonderful start for the Palmyra boys this afternoon. Off the kick-off, being able to use the space really well through the midfield. Leighton Short laying the good platform like he will all afternoon. He's had a terrific season so far, and then it was clever play from Adam Turner over here on the right wing to put that little grubber through. And Kamara, geez, he looks good out there this afternoon. He could get a bag this afternoon. Finished off really well on the right-hand side to open the scoring this afternoon. Barely had time for people to find their seats and get from the bar before that first try scored. So Palmyra have been really on a roll this afternoon, and young Finn McCabe, he's been in good form too for the Palm Trees this year.
Yeah, big ones to watch this afternoon. Probably for Southern Lions, Ty Newsom in the 6 jersey. He's probably gained about almost a kilometre in his recent hit-ups over the last 5 rounds. He's really good over the advantage line. And then
he's hooked that badly.
Yeah, that one's gone straight across the face. Then when you look to Pally as well, Risa Panu. He's a cracking young player playing in the 9 jersey this afternoon for Palmyra, and I'm sure he's going to scoot through and get a couple this afternoon if given the chance. So an early one for Palmyra. Score's going to be 5-0 in your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week down here at Success. Similar kickoff this time. It's going to land short of the 22. Held up in a bit of wind this time. That one slipped high. I think it was Jack Terry just getting the tackle wrong that time. Penalty kick coming as well now. Some
good young players in the Palmyra lineup this afternoon, as you mentioned, Nick. Young Jackson Pugh at the 6. He's got some good set of heels on him and loves the physical stuff. And Risa Napu, he's made a big difference to the lineup since he's come back from injury. He's very good at challenging the breakdown around the edges of the rucks there, so he'll keep them honest across the afternoon. And obviously they've got some firepower out wide. And Pally running off the back of 3 wins in a row. Big win, good win over Kalla. Joondalup as a Napu off the top.
Getting their way centre field now through Cunningham. Carrying a little bit extra in recent weeks, but it seems to help him get across the advantage line. McCabe grubbering through. Lost forward there by Southern Lions. Quick little shout out this afternoon as well, Mitch. This is Ian Sunderland, your ref, but we've got Kyle Burnett in his 100th Premier Grade fixture this afternoon at one of the other grounds. Absolute amazing achievement. He's one of the Perth staple refs, and he's had a great career, and he's looking for a couple more years, maybe even 150.
Yeah, Kyle in charge of the game last week between Wanneroo and Joondalup's done a good job. That beard's getting longer and longer.
Yeah, I was talking to him about it after last week's game, and he said it's only got a couple of weeks left. It was a good quarantine project, but he says even now he finds his fingers lost in his own beard and he can't stand it anymore.
Great to see him get his 100 up. It's always a good milestone for players and referees alike. So a good look at the scrum here this afternoon. Palmyra should dominate this.
Anapu feeding, getting ready at the back. Picked off, spinning out left, McCabe. Skipping short, getting straight over to the wing. That's going to be Adam Turner on the... No, that'll be
Adam Marshall.
My apologies, the double Adam got me confused there. inside the 22 now. Pod setting up left, but there's backs ready right as well. Left is the call, short, giving off a ball. Not minding its way to hand. Now, Southern Lions, chance to get over the top, cause a bit of disruption at this ruck. They might come away with the ball here. And do so. It's a great bit of counter-attacking.
Yeah, Southern Lions that time contesting really well, and they tap and go quickly. Spin them wide now. There's a couple of numbers out there. Pally boys shut it down pretty quick. And a penalty, Southern Lions. They look to go again. Yes, they do. That's a big second rower. Bashir Newsom-Smith. Jack Terry also out there for the locks for Southern Lions. Lost forward, picked up by Palmyra. Rampaging run through the middle, gets it wide. Oh, Marshall just that time spills it. So pretty frantic stuff so far early this afternoon. Palmyra's just got to keep their composure, and they should be able to run away with this game quite comfortably. As I was saying, they're coming off the back of 3 really good wins. All good contests against Kalamunda, Joondalup and UWA. 4th on the ladder at the moment on 29 points, whereas Southern Lions have had a hard time of it the last 3 weeks. 50-plus losses to West 57, Cot 83 and Wanneroo 50. So
3 class outfits there as well, and they're coming up another stiff one.
Yeah, they're having a tough time of it, Southern Lions, but they'll be highly competitive. They've got a lot of pride down here, so they won't give up. They've got a couple of really entertaining backs in the Narisi brothers, Nabarisis, Lamatoa, Sisawako as well.
This scrum getting held up. Pocket going to have to run those Southern Lions, getting caught just 5 metres out from their own line. Spinning left, forwards coming around, but not much support behind him. Managing to get to ground. Players got a roll there for Palmyra. Getting a little bit stuck inside here, so now they go to the boot. Through Joel Amoda. And he finds it into touch, just outside the 22.
Yeah, that's big Sissa Wonga out here in 13 in the headgear with the bright lime boots this afternoon. Keep an eye on him.
He'll be linking up with Ty Newsom as well, number 6. They play off each other nicely. Palmyra up at 4, getting the ball out. Short's going to have a crack midfield. No, goes back door, finding it out to his fullback in Eden. Eden getting it off to Marshall. Marshall to Turner. Turner looking inside. Turner still driving to the corner, and he's got a try.
I tell you, he's got that try. It was a lovely bit of work, including a dummy to no one. There was no one inside him, and he threw the dummy to try and put the fullback off Ryan Mills, and I think it's paid off for him. A good little bit of strength there. He had a lot of work to do to finish that one off. And Adam Turner's been awarded the try, and it's the second try of the afternoon. So it was a lovely little bit of work from Menahara Eden as well, the little flick out the back.
Fooled me once on the inside ball as well. Getting sold on the dummies early here this afternoon, Mitch, and I'm losing the play. But Turner managing to get into the corner. I thought he was going to run out of room.
And that's the recipe for Palmyra this afternoon, is to make sure to suck in those defenders in the midfield, tie those defenders up through their good ball runners, and then give the backs a little bit of space. Leighton Short will set things up really nicely for them this afternoon. He's good with ball in hand, as well as he's got a good turn of speed, and he's a real physical player. That's Finn McCabe. Pretty tough kick, this one. A little bit of a swirling breeze this afternoon down here at Success. McCabe moves in. Lovely strike. It's looking good, but just pushed to the left of the post. So none from 2 for him. 10 points to 0 to Palmyra over Southern Lions in our Fortescue Premier Grade match of the day down here at Success. Home of Southern Lions. It's a lovely facility, good surface, good fast surface, and there's a small crowd in to support their clubs.
Yeah, good tactic you see a lot of teams using at the moment with this Southern Lions service. It's a little bit hard underneath. It's great to run through, good speed, but if you get a nice kick over the top, it could bounce weird every single time, and then you'll get a connecting runner straight onto the ball. So we wait for the kickoff now. Southern Lions opting to hit that 22. Same again. Going over the back with a kick return, finding its way into touch nicely.
Yeah, nice little piece of work there from Adam Marshall. The 2 Adams right amongst it already in the play this afternoon. Adam Marshall and number 11 on the left wing, Adam Turner here on the right.
Southern Lions just need to get a couple phases together here early in the game. Can't let Palmyra just run straight through second and third phase, get turnovers. As they win this one at the top, a good opportunity for them now. Heading it off to Ty. Newsom wrapped up in the middle. choose to go blindside. They've got a forward runner through Hendrik de Wet. Now Kennington's going to have a crack at this big Palmyra defensive line as they start pouring in over the top of the ruck. They've got to keep their body position, but they're causing an absolute ruckus here, and it's going to be a collapsed ruck. We'll have a scrum.
Well, unlucky there for Palmyra. It was a good counter ruck from them. They're unlucky not getting the ball out. Risanapu was just about to fish it out. And the referee and Sutherland giving the benefit of the doubt to the Southern Lions team. They've got a couple of big units in the forward pack there. Chris Bain, the big tight head prop. A couple of big locks. And as you mentioned before, Nick Newsom-Smith combines very well with the Fijian backs.
When the Southern team stringing together, they certainly can be formidable, but I think they're a bit of probably a 55-minute team at the moment, not quite getting the full 80 out of themselves. Good scrum platform early there. Ball comes in from Kingsmill. It's just gone straight up.
Yeah, Palmyra's just got to sit back on their heels a little bit, just make sure that on the feed the scrum's steady. They're going to be a dominant pack this afternoon at the set piece, so just got to steady things down the front row, and the locks, that top five, just got to sit back a little bit, wait for that ball, and then they'll be able to have a second shove. Palmyra expected to really compete in that for that third and fourth position that's right up for grabs at the moment in the Premier Grade ladder. Cottesloe and Associates have really started to pull away from the rest of the field. Cottesloe undefeated so far this year, and Associates just with the one defeat.
This one going up against Palmyra's got a big scrum. Getting it out though is Kingsmill. Finding his centres nicely. Stolen now. Kamara gets straight over the top, steals the ball. Nabrosi reels in the kick. Mills, up and under, needs to get under this himself. Juggled through the contact, through a couple of hands there. Palmyra going to come away with it after a knockback. Penalty coming the way of Southern this time though, no release. And they go the quick tap as well, so we're going to go quick this time. Brodie Eastwood up the middle of the field, finding halfway. Kingsmill wanted them to come round, but he has to go back to the right, finds Bain. Tackle was made, no release. Palmyra need to watch this early. They've given away a couple penalties here, seemingly out of nowhere, not needed. They're just in general play.
That's 4 or 5 of the trop now from Palmyra. I'd be just letting the Southern guys just make the tackle at the moment and sending instructions out to the players just to hold off on that breakdown and really target it rather than trying to chase the ball at everyone as they go again quickly.
Didn't tap the ball. He gave it away to the referee as well.
Whoops. Mitchell Kingsmill.
Silly mistake there, yeah. You got to sell it, even if you don't tap it, just sell it and go. As we'll trot back, we'll bring the ball back.
Wonder if they'll go for another quick tap rather than go to the sideline here. Looks like they may do so, yes.
Yeah, they want to go to their pods. Newsom, backdoor, finding Terry. Terry with a good leg drive, but stripped out now. Kamara with another massive turnover just in general play. They only got one phase out. Now they're going to spin it wide. Marshall on the left wing. Marshall all the way. Marshall's going to take some stopping, and Marshall's got to try.
That's right. That was a lovely bit of turnover play there. Carl Bissett with a very good vision to get that ball wide. It was a lovely cutout pass that found the man, Adam Marshall, on that left wing, and it was a good clean set of heels to really finish off really well and dot another try down for the Palmyra team. Extend that lead out to 15 points to nil, 3 tries to nil. We're only 13 minutes into this half.
I think as well, Mitch, Panishi Kamara, that's his third strip in a standing tackle effort. He's winning the one-on-one tackle and stripping out of the ball. You got to go low against a big man like that because you know he's powerful, you know he's going to go for the ball. You got to go low, get to ground.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good leg drive from Terry to bring the ball up there, but then you've got to know when to go to ground and present the ball back for your team. Lay a foundation there at the moment. Southern Lions, they've had 5 or 6 penalties in a row, a lot of quick taps, which is great to see. It's very positive rugby, but they haven't been able to get any real momentum out of it, and they just probably need to settle things down and get a bit of structure.
Get a little bit of territory, a bit of structure under their belt. Then we can look at converting.
So another difficult kick for Finn McCabe. He hasn't had an easy time of it so far.
Wynn's going to push this one back against him as well. Comes in now. Better strike this time. Just got to get over the distance. No, across the face again. So the score remains 15-0 in favour of Palmyra in your Fortescue first grade clash of the week down here at Success. Played on NRTV every Sunday at 11:30 and live on YouTube every week.
So Southern Lions have had plenty of practice of this so far. They're potentially going to go to the left here rather than the right this time, change it up. Short kick-off.
Underneath it nicely is Pugh. No, sorry, Sanders. Dylan passing out the back. Short with a long ball. Just getting trapped on the outside, finding a way to ground eventually is Poi. So 24 out from their own line. Can't kick to touch here. They might need to look long. There's space to the back right. Southern make an absolute mess of that ruck though. They've come away with a turnover. No.
Oh, I thought Sissa Wonga had that one. He was certainly very quick onto the ball, but referee in Sutherland saying you're not supporting your body weight, resting on your elbows.
It was an absolute mess of a ruck the whole way through that time.
So McCabe looks to put it long. Doesn't look like he's found touch yet.
Really nice and kept in.
Nice, good
by
work
Mills.
by Mills, yeah. Oh.
Up and under again, it's gone nowhere. They need to exit the space. That one knocked backwards by Blue. Wrapped up at the back, Cunningham. Opting for the slow ball this time, Palmyra. Cunningham this time, sorry. Getting his way on the halfway line. Midfield now. Newsom making an absolute mess of this one. Brody trying to get over the top as well. Presented back. Newsom straight through the middle again. No penalty. Halfback was on the ball.
Yeah, taking the 9 out there. That was silly stuff from Newsom Smith. And Arpa was just about to get in there and ferret it out. Okay, make sure of this one this time. Tried to bite a bit too much off last time.
And Palmyra with an attacking line out. 38 out from the southern line.
Yeah, I like the idea of DeVette and Cunningham being out here in the midfield to lay that foundation off short. They should go off the top here, probably through Pugh. They do so.
McCabe finding Cunningham. Cunningham straight through the first tackle, trying to look for a pass, but Newsom Smith comes and clobbers him from behind. Presenting well, players looping short, giving it to McCabe. Wrapped up now. Palmyra inside the 22. I think Dylan wanted to be a decoy runner there, but he got it anyway. Got it to DeWett. DeWett gains a couple handy meters. They're all over the ball here, Southern, and they win the penalty, no release.
Quick tap and go again. Brody Eastwood, off he goes.
Needs to find support. Gave that one away, and he's run straight into touch there. Probably could have shown and going a little bit there, Brody.
Yeah, Nabarisi there losing his bearings and just
straight into touch.
Straying into touch, probably looking at where the defenders were coming from. Brody Eastwood's trying to keep the pace of the game up there. It was a good turnover from Sissa Wonga as well. He's trying to get some turnovers and momentum for his team.
I'd like to see them get some territory out of those ball wins, though.
Yeah. Just a bit scatty at the moment, and they keep turning the ball back to Palmyra. It's been a frantic pace to the opening minutes of this game. Both teams trying to play with ball in hand as best they can. Cunningham's been a real handful in the midfield for the Southern Lions team at the moment, the number 8 for Palmyra. He's combining well with his backs and forwards like a good number 8 should.
He's a good captain that leads from the front, Cunningham.
Yeah, been really well supported for Pugh and Bissett as well, Nick. Like,
yeah.
They combine very well. Good balance to their back row, Palmyra. Not a huge team when you compare them to the Cottesloes and Associates, but certainly they love a close match and they're very physical. They've got a very parochial crowd that follows them around, the Pally boys, and they love the oasis up there at Tompkins Park at Palmyra.
As we just got one of the Southern boys down in back play there. Saw Kingsman bring all the forwards in though. He had a chat to them, hopefully it was, to bring the pace down a little bit. Let's find a bit of territory, gain some phases. As he's back to his feet now, and we should get this line out underway in just a moment. So Palmyra don't win this one. Southern win it off the top of 2. Need to secure this ball. There's one player from Palmyra just causing a bit of a ruckus. They find their 10. They go to the boot. Right at the back here now. Palmyra with a little bit of a chance to push straight through again. They've got to get their hands free, do so. To one of the Adams. Lots of players out, advantage through the side, just offside the whole way there. Sunderland Lions are just got to watch their discipline here. Sunderland's got to have a chat. But Mitch, seems like a bit of a silly penalty, just crawling up the side and taking the half back there. Not even part of the contest at all.
Yeah, just a bit of over-enthusiasm there from the Southern Lions players. Just got to be a little bit more patient. Surprised that they're getting a talking to this early on the piece. I think that's only about their second or third penalty against them, and certainly Palmyra has given away about 6 or 7 at the moment. So
I think it's just silly ones, though. I mean, they're just
cynicals.
Yeah, cynicals. Yeah. There's not much sense in coming around the side of a ruck like that, so it's probably on purpose at this level of rugby.
Like to see Palmyra potentially go to the corner here, see what they can do with their driving maul as McCabe chips one in.
Yeah, with 15-0 already on the board, I'm in favour of that today. Yeah, don't need to take the points.
But you also want to tire the Southern Lions forward pack out a little bit. You want to make them grind a bit. It'll open the game up for later in the second half for the Pally backs. They go to the middle.
Pew up at 2.
It's good defence from the Lions at the drive.
There's a good sack, but they keep it up. One straight through the middle from Southern Lions, so he's fine and legal, and they're going to have to get the ball out. McCabe straight through to Kamara, and it's a beautiful line. You can't discount that, but there's no one home for Southern Lions to stop him running straight through and scoring Palmyra's 4th, pushing the score to 20-0. And your Fortescue first grade clash of the week, Mitch. Yeah, Leighton Short just holding the ball up beautifully there. He straightened the attack up, and his centre partner, Kamara, just hitting a very nice line, and there was very much a reluctance from the Southern Lions players to really get in his way, and it all was all too easy, just coasting underneath the sticks for their 4th try of the afternoon. A double already for Kamara, only 20 minutes in. I reckon he'll get 4 this afternoon, I'm predicting. Yeah, he looks like he's come to play this afternoon. McCabe gets his first conversion of the afternoon. They made it a bit easier for him that time. So 22 points to 0. And we're just keeping up a point a minute here. Looking a bit ominous for Southern Lions now. Really got to stop turning over possession, giving away silly penalties. I like the idea of them taking quick taps, but they've got to have a bit of structure that goes with that.
Stay back time.
But do have some players that can really light it up. So they go short again.
Quite nicely, Pew. Cunningham, centre field, getting himself to ground nicely now. Just got to wrap around, no.
Oh, yeah.
In from the side.
Okay. You can't go for points. You're down 22 points to 0, boys. They're going to take a scrum. But they don't fancy their line out, do they, Southern Lions? They don't want to go to the sideline at all. Obviously, the tall timber of Palmyra, they're not fancying themselves against them.
And it's interesting, though, because even if you don't fancy your line out, we're, 20 minutes into the first half, we've probably only seen one line out, I think, for Southern so far. Even if you kick the corner, lose the line out, Palmyra are going to kick out, and you've still got to line out your ball. You've got 2 chances inside the 22 to have a crack at Palmyra. Surely you're going to get one of the 2. Surely you can take that opportunity.
Yeah, Coach Brett Fell obviously giving his team instructions to probably avoid the line out for either throwing or lifting reasons, as it's sloppy ball at the back. Can't be handled from Kingsmill, the 9.
Has to join the ruck as well. So now we need a forward to pick and go. Turnbull goes to the right. Need to just get phases here. Moving forward, that's a nice bit of support work. Newsom. Darting up the right-hand side, getting stood up in the tackle, needs to get himself to ground now before the maul's called. It's probably done now. Really nice work there by Cunningham. Just held up Newsom Smith, and he's caused a maul, he's caused a turnover, and 3 phases in, it's Palmyra's ball.
Yeah, interesting. Southern Lions trying to get that full momentum. They're just not technically efficient at the moment, Southern Lions, and really making it easy for Palmyra.
And Palmyra, as we said before, they're probably not as technically proficient as your Wannaroos, as your Cottesloes, but they're pretty big.
Yeah, and they like to scrap.
They like to scrap, and if you're not going to have correct body position against Palmyra, that's when it looks like they're a technical team, because they'll cause errors on you all day.
Yeah, they love the havoc.
Only one back here for Southern Lions. There's options to kick into the back right corner. be expecting Short to get this one. Maybe a crash ball, but he might go on the boot. He's got a torp in his arsenal I've seen before. So Anapu to Short. Short's going to run himself. Almost strips the tackle. Lost forward. Rare mistake there by Anapu, Mitch.
Yeah, little juggler who's too busy thinking ahead of himself there, Reece. So it's a good platform laid by Short. Won the contact very easily. And that time Reece just didn't quite get his body position down low enough to pick and go and keep the momentum going. Little live wire around the nose. He's only a young fella, 19 years of age, Reece Anapu. A local junior for Palmyra. As is Jackson Pugh, played all their junior rugby for the club and moved through. Tim McCabe the same. So it's good to see young juniors moving through to first grade and showing their wares and contributing to winning for their club. They've got a very proud history, Palmyra. They've had a lot of success, especially at the Colts and junior level.
Now, Palmyra, they've got a mismatch here. They've only put 3 out on the right-hand side with the half covering right as well. 5 on 3. Almost with a line break there, but the ball going loose. It was a good little start off by Sisiwaga, but the ball's tumbled down. And now, don't tell me again, Kamara's caused a turnover. I only think he has.
I think Sisiwaga pretty much threw it away there.
Yeah.
So the Lions come away with it. Another penalty. Geez, we've got a lot of penalties in this opening 20 minutes.
I think it's just going to be a sling tackle getting reported from the sideline there on Robert Kellum. Very experienced man on the side. Let's have a chat about it. Now we've got the penalty. With this angle here, you must go to the corner.
Yes, they are.
Kingsmill. Make sure of it, son.
Little left foot chip. All right, here we go. Southern Lions line out. Let's find out why they haven't been going to the sideline. See if this is a train wreck, but you'd hope not.
What are they going to go with?
Short
5
line
man?
out. Little 3-man line out.
You didn't even get the throw to the back there. If you're going to go a 3-man long jump, you've got to get the ball over the top, if anything. So now, chance for the pod or the pocket. McCabe doesn't kick this one out, but it's going to go over the heads and whirl its way into touch.
It's a lovely strike from McCabe that time. He's got nice, long, skinny legs, got good levers there to get some distance. And just that breeze, just hooking the ball into touch outside of, back into the Southern Lions half. So again, Southern Lions line out will have a good look at it this time, right on halfway. A few extra numbers in this one, a 5-man. Oh, it's a wobbly old throw and over the back
this time.
So maybe that's the reasons why they haven't been going to the sideline.
Straight up the middle, Palmyra. Good centre field set piece here. McCabe pumping one for Short. Short getting a nice ball away. Just got to fight, just got to get to ground. Spinning out of 1 and 2 is Eden. But now he's brought to ground. Straight over the top, Eastwood needs to get off the ball now, does so. McCabe, flat ball to Cunningham, gets it back off his chest, lost forward.
Yeah, I think McCabe was looking to use that pod outside of Cunningham then. It was DeVette and company out there, and it would have been good to see that ball just miss Cunningham and find that outside pod.
As you just see, almost saw there on the replay, Cunningham just getting caught on the chest, seemingly unaware that that ball was going to go to him.
So Palmyra can tidy up these penalties that they're giving away at the moment. They're going to have a good afternoon of it. Certainly going to help their for and against if they can get a big win here today down at Success.
And the table is tight, so percentages are everything at the moment for some of these top squads. Big spin, but they haven't gone forward on both sides. Palmyra, I think, lucky to get away without a penalty that time. They went up on the left, but they were pulling back on the right. Could have been a penalty to Southern there, I reckon. It's interesting. They want to play this game at such a high-octane pace, but Mitch, they need to just play to the rules, and they'll win this game quite easily by the looks of it. They're trying for a little bit too much and causing their own mistakes.
Yeah, and they're just probably just a bit too dominant at the moment in this game. They just need to settle things down.
Drop it back into fourth.
Yep.
Kingsmill with a feed. Better scrum this time from both sides. Getting crunched on the inside. Need to get it wide. Lions kick. turns the fullback inside out. A little bit of work to do here for Eden. He's going to go long, high centre field.
Oh dear.
That's going to go back. That's coming back for sure.
Yeah, so again, there's no need for Eden to look for that kick. He had a little bit of space out here on the right. McCabe had dropped back as well, and I would have liked to see him brought the ball back to midfield, open up either side of the field to then potentially go down long.
He had an option to the right of him. He could have up and undered. He could have run himself and got the check pass off. It's an interesting afternoon of rugby so far, that's for sure.
They've just got to maintain their focus, Palmyra. As Southern Lions lose another one.
So there's a clear message they've lost.
Big wind up from the big redhead. Numbers here.
Nice pill. McCabe, flat ball, almost links up with Makara. Running out of room on the short side, Eden. Still Eden. Needs to find ground now. Support going over the top through short. Opanu. Oh. Need to get it out. Oh, that's a big hit on Vaitiavula. So 30 out from their own line. Cunningham's going to run on the ball himself. Trying to find a link-up player, but not being allowed to. Eastwood over the top, trying to search for a turnover. Couldn't quite get there in time. McCabe through the line now. Up the middle, DeWitt. And Napu to McCabe. McCabe goes long. He's going to find a bit of grass here. Could bounce any direction. Holds up straight. Double bounce straight. Don't see that too often with the rugby ball. Ryan Mills securing ball. All the Southern players need to get behind it. Newsom Smith. Short side again. Need to link up well here. Eastwood just juggling it. The ball from Terry was just in front. Now a chance for Pally to get through. But we'll come back for the loss forward.
Well, I would have liked to have seen a little bit of more advantage played there. There was a good little grubber through. The Pally boys were 3-on-1 at that breakdown there. I would have loved to see a bit of advantage there.
Yeah, but the only arriving player there we're looking at could probably just dive down, cause a penalty anyway. Happy to come back for a scrum here.
Brody Eastwood just losing control of that ball there. He's doing his best out there, young Brody.
He's been a good prospect through the Rugby WA ranks. Does his bit around the community as well, Eastwood. Good young man. Humble young man as well. I'm sure he'd more than appreciate hearing that. As Anapa gets ready to feed this one in. 40 metres out. Ball available. No, it's not. It's going to get turned around. Southern Lions, will they get rewarded this time? No, we're going to play away. Couldn't get the hands 3 Bissett. Cunningham running onto the ball. Backdoor. McCabe, short. Oh. Kamara just losing it forward, just a bit down low.
Oh, that was looking ominous as well, Kamara.
They were moving at speed, the back line there.
He took his eye off the ball for a fraction of a second there to look where the space was, and he just drifted away from the pass, and Leighton Short's pass just dropped on him. So, a bit sloppy from Pally. Nice little bit of match play there at the last scrum. The young number 7, William Burrows, who's only a young fella from Southern Lions, probably knows Reece pretty well. Just giving him a bit of niggle as he put the ball in the scrum, so Reece just stepped on his hand. That was great.
It's a bit of give and take that you get around scrum time. Could be an area Southern could try to dominate here. They've got a couple good shoves on there. Just need both sides up here. Maybe keep the ball in this time. But Pally come absolutely screaming back on that scrum and almost causing a big upset there and a penalty turnover. But no, we're out the back. Kingsmill finding Shelford.
Same way.
Backs got an overlap out here. Sissy Wagga gets his hands free. Brian Mills almost linking up with one of them and the Brosi boys there, but just wasn't going to hand. Will go to touch.
Yeah, Nabarisi wasn't really helping Ryan Mills out much there. He sort of was running out of space and needed a cut underneath. And ended up colliding into each other and amounting to absolutely nothing. So some of the Lions not being able to get through out wide through this Palmyra back line. Nice easy win in the middle and a big hole through the middle of the line out.
No one seemed to be obstructing the play there at all. Sanders with a nice little carry. As the backline's ready to go again. They've got space out wide. Cunningham gets the ball straight off to DeWitt. DeWitt's going to go all the way. No, he's going to pass it back on the inside.
And that's a lovely bit of structure from Palmyra with Cunningham and DeWitt just combining really well in the midfield. be able to get those offloads, and then Reece Napu, like a good 9 should, backing up on the inside, get his first try of the afternoon, and that was all too easy for Pally. The vet, I like the big man, the big red head charging onto the ball in the midfield. Cunningham's laying a really good platform, and it was a lovely support line from Reece Napu to finish off. So Pally's going to extend that lead out here. It's a nice, easy kick for Finn McCabe.
Yeah, 27-0 at the moment. Expect this to get pushed out to 29 in your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week down here at Success Regional Sporting Facility. Kick comes in now, simple as you like, and it goes up to 29-0.
So Pally coming into the season, 6 wins, 3 losses, 29 points, 4th on the ladder. It's on the lines at the moment, 11th on the ladder with only 3 wins and 6 losses this year. So you'd expect a fairly one-sided affair this afternoon, and both sides south of the river here in Perth had a good, I guess, competitive feud with competing for juniors and right across the grades over a number of years.
Yeah, certainly
Jackson
is normally a lot more
nice
competitive.
take.
It's a great take by Penny. Anapu opts to go slow, but then tries to have a cheeky dig round the blind side.
Whoops.
Doesn't go to hand, lost forward. Good attacking chance, probably the best territory we've seen for Southern in a long time now.
I think Anapu was looking for Adam Turner there, and Adam Turner was a little bit asleep at the wheel.
I think he wanted a little grubber through for him, and then he just wasn't going to be available.
Yeah, he said, nah, no thanks, Reece. So Reece had to turn and give. That's all right. They've just got to stick to their platform and their structure, Pally. Really important in these games that you practice the systems that are going to win you the grand final at the end of the season. When you play against the really good teams, you've got to make sure you rely on those systems and structure, both in defence and in attack.
So we've got CC Wagga out here with one of the Nabrosi brothers. Very attacking chance here. Eastwood gets it at the back, just fending off the referee for a little quick jab. Brought down just inside the 22 here. They need to move forward quickly here. Topu. Back to the short side. Newsom with a decoy run. Shelford still moving forward now. CC Wagga with an opportunity to run the ball, but absolutely wrapped by Cunningham. Newsom Smith now beating 1-2, getting brought down. He's got a little bit more work to do. Kingsmill back to Chupo. Chupo losing this one backwards. Lost forward in the contact there by Palmyra, I think.
Stripped or lost there, Nick.
Stripped or lost is the call. And we'll have time off, still not sure.
Yeah, we've got a man down. I think he's awarded that double knock on each way.
So they're creeping forward that time, Southern Lions. There, at least the forward runners want to get involved with the ball.
Yeah, a couple of good carries from Vidar Tupu there through the midfield. Just got to lower his body height a little bit more, just a little bit high. Defenders are able to get underneath him. So we've got about 2 or 3 minutes left of this half. 5 minutes. 29. Scoreboard's a little bit out. I've got it as 29-0.
Yeah, 29-0 at the moment. Looks like we've got a bit of a knee injury down here in the corner. I believe that's Big Jack Terry there.
Beautiful facility down here at the Success Sporting Precinct. Fairly new. They've got 3 rugby fields here. They've got all floodlights. They've got a growing population base down through this southern corridor of Perth.
The netball as well here in the morning is fantastic to see. They fill the car park from 7 to 12.
So Palmyra ball 5 metres out from their line. They'll look to clear this well through McCabe, I'd say.
Yeah, Southern need 2 back here. They've only got the 1 full back at the moment. Young Jonah Nabrosi needs to come back here. Looks like they're going to back in. Old Ryan Mills to do all the work at the back. McCabe's ready in the pocket. As Anapu feeds the scrub. This one's not going anywhere. They go to Short. Short linking up well. Can get his hands free to Kamara. No. Let's Go wants to go again. Now placing backwards. Anapu. Pocket now. McCabe finding his way about to the 10-metre line.
Geez, that was dangerous there. Short could have actually got a good little short ball to Kamara there, but Just got a little bit muddled up, but laid a really good platform for McCabe to clear. It hasn't been a problem for Palmyra in this first half to just work their way out of their own half at all through the boot of McCabe. A sloppy line out, some of the lines come away with that.
Yeah, another good chance for them to start building again. They've got to start putting pressure on this Palmyra outfit, tire them out with phases. Tackling's going to take the most out of these big boys. Need to roll, advantage comes. So they've got an opportunity to try something here. They're getting it out wide through Lamota. Fell wants it to the left again. So Fell, inside ball Eastwood. Eastwood to the 22, checking off to Kingsmill to Newsom. Newsom brought down, nowhere to go for him. Fell getting a little bit more of the ball now, but he didn't find an option. Now gets a little check inside Lamota again. This is better, the back's getting involved as well here, so all 15 trying to come together. Cici Waga gets met again by Cunningham. He's clearly being marked when they're in the 22. Newsom, nowhere to go again. Shrugging off one though, needs to get to ground here. Tries to go again, got to be careful. Got to roll there. Palmyra all over the top of the ball. Fell, 5 metres short, getting stood up in the tackle. Got to be careful here again. It's going to be a maul, no release. Ball gets available though.
Oh no, just over anxious there. Someone went to pick and go and knocked the ball on. Such good lead up play. You had a sense that the Southern Lions any moment were going to cross over for their first 5-pointer. And just that lack of discipline and being a little bit overzealous knocked on at the breakdown.
Yeah, just when they're building that 3, 4, 5, 6 phases, they're actually looking a little bit better now. They've warmed into the half, but they're not organised. They're just trying to, you know, they get hit up in a tackle and they're just handing a ball off. They need to go to ground, get over the top of their man, and then pass off to the best option.
Yeah, they really need guys coming onto the ball a little bit straighter and with a little bit of momentum. It looks to be a little bit too predictable going that one out, one off same way or going backwards and forwards. They've got to actually have guys coming around the corner at speed.
As this scrum gets turned a little bit and Upper wants to run. Chance here to grub it through. Going to be a foot race. It's going to make its way into touch. Will be the winner.
Yeah, clever little bit of play there from Eden. Giving it a bit of a grub roll on the ground, giving his winger Turner an opportunity to regather.
Ball was touched there, sir.
Good opportunity from Brody Eastwood, but I went through about 3 or 4 pairs of hands over here on the sideline.
Got to get this line out right. Southern Lions, if they want to be competitive. Nice win by Eastwood to Kingsmill. Kingsmill getting it out. Opportunity for Fell to find and link up with someone. Cici Waga with a bit of space over the halfway. They got players all looming to the left, but none of them are too keen besides Newsom, but he wasn't running straight onto the ball and gets caught. Hangs onto the ball well. Held up in the contest, tackle now. Palmyra release well, avoiding the penalty there. Fell. Short ball, Shelford. Shelford to the 10. Plenty of players lined up, but they need to be running onto the ball here. Almost an intercept. Eastwood round the back. Not called forward. It's going to be Nabrosi. Nabrosi. Chance now to keep moving forward. This is better. See, there's phases moving onto the ball. Churpo gets a run. Still bustling. Get to ground and get over the top Southern. Don't throw it backwards. That's going to be disruptive. Fell getting it out wide now. Cici Waga opts for the cutout pass. Nabrosi on the wing. Brought down now. 35 out. Need someone to get the ball available. It pops out finally. Fell stepping inside one. Linking up. Need to get over the top here. Palmyra are going to be dangerous from now on. If you don't get over the top of the ball, they'll get desperate. Eastwood, it's got to clean, does sideways. Chupo, cleaned up by Kamara there. Still onto it, wants another tackle. Lost forward in the contest there. The shoot defense by Kamara, too good, Mitch.
Yeah, Kamara just reading that really well. It's a clever little play from Tupu, though. He lost the ball forward and chipped it up, and I think we've called half-time here, so 29 points to 0. Palmyra, 5 tries, 2 conversions. Tries to Anapu, Marshall. Kamara's got a double and Turner and 2 conversions to McCabe. Up 29 points to 0 in our Premier Grade match of the day. We'll be back with you shortly with the second half. Palmyra, Kamara. The wingers getting into the action as well with the 2 Adams. Adam Marshall, Adam Turner, each getting a meat pie each. And Reese Anapu, nice little try from for him after good lead-up work from the big second row of DeVette. And Finn McCabe, who's having a very good game this afternoon, 2 conversions. Nick, Southern Lions have got a lot of work to do in this second half. They've got a little bit of a breeze at their back, which should help them a little bit, but their line-out has not been working for them. They've been very reluctant to go to the sideline. So Southern Lions, they've just got to get a bit of structure. Their D's got to really step up, whereas Palmyra, I think the instructions from coach Jack Lloyd will be to settle things down, keep to the structure, and you'll get an absolute cricket score rocked up this afternoon.
Well, that's it. I think what I'd like to see from Palmyra this half is to not just play rugby. I'd like to see them settle things down, drop a gear, set up a good platform, and then go to the playbook. Let's test some things for when we have a bigger competition. As Southern Lions wrap this one down, Kingsmill's going to find his short runner through Newsom Smith, who's leg driving well this time. He didn't get much of an opportunity in the first half. Hopefully he goes to open up again now, as we see a massive run coming straight through the middle. Kingsmill, Fell getting wide to CC Wagga, trying to turn him on the inside, but wrapped up by Cunningham. Cunningham's absolutely tagging Wagga. Backdoor ball. Fell finding Lamoda checking off. Needs support out on the left-hand side here. Fell goes the triple cut-out part. He's going to find Nabrossi. Nabrosi's got a bit of speed. He's got to back himself to the corner. He's got no one on the inside. He steps inside one. He's going to be half a metre short of the line here. He's going to work his way over. It's going to be held up.
Yeah, Nabrossi should have really finished off well there. He had good lot of space, but he was too busy looking for support, and there was none there. And then it was a good bit of work from Eden, the fullback, to wrap it up in the end. But so early opportunities for Southern Lions, using the space out wide. There's one change for Palmyra after half-time. Looks like young Samuel Jurisic in the number 19 jersey. Jurisic, I think he's gone to number 10, so Finn McCabe only having half a game this afternoon. That appears all I can pick up at the moment. So good early signs from Southern Lions there, Nick, for the opening up this second half.
Yeah, if they can keep that momentum, well, not even momentum, if they can play heads-up rugby and find a little bit of space, they're going to cause a little bit of turmoil. He'll maybe get out of cricket range as well. But certainly it's hard as well as the winger. You're told when you make that line break, if you still got one to beat, look inside for support, but he might just have to pin his ears back and know that no one's going to catch those speedy legs there through Nabrossi this afternoon. We're just waiting on time off for an injured player.
So some other interesting games around the traps today. Joondalup taking on West Scarborough, 10-all at half-time. UWA versus Nedlands, 21-11. In favour of Nedlands at the moment. Those two games will be crucial for those two teams as to who can stay in contention in the top 4. Wanneroo over Kalamunda as well. They've been going so well. A great win last week for Wanneroo over Joondalup.
Yeah, 6 in a row now. Kingsmill ready to feed this one in. A great attacking opportunity here for Southern Lions. Getting absolutely shoved back straight away, but Palmyra have gone up on the left side, haven't got up on both sides of their scrum. Silly scrum penalty for them. And it's going to be a penalty. I'd go the scrum again here if I was Southern Lions. I've said scrum too many times in the last 10 seconds there, Mitch.
They're going to go to the tap and go to their pods. Two foes out there, go out the back.
That'll be Shelford. Of course, it was Brodie Eastwood as well, commanding that tap to be taken and passing it out wide. Kingsmill, Eastwood now. Chancer himself getting hammered between two of the biggest blokes on the park. Finds his way to ground now, though. Got to get it at the back. Fell. Shows goes, almost had a gap. Could have given it off. The man outside him was in the gap there, Fell. He's going to get just short of the line. Half a metre now. CC Wagga's out on the left. Penalty advantage, not rolling. Might be a professional foul there as well. It's quite clear. CC Wagga leg drive. Getting pulled back short of the line now by Camara. Darting back on the right. Newsom Smith under the black dot. Half a metre now. Gee, they're edging ever closer, but they just can't get it quite over the line. Need to get round the back there, Sunderland. Find yourself a grounding.
Numbers here on the right. 3 on 2.
It's got to be a penalty coming. That's 2 in a row, not rolling, holding in the ball 30 centimetres short of the line. Pally, you'll have to be careful on the card here. That's going to be unplayable. Yeah, we'll have a chat here.
Surely, that's a cynical. Couple of cynicals in
2 in a row have to be cynical there. If not a final warning at absolute minimum.
The Southern Lions, what a great opportunity to score there, and they just didn't show any composure or patience. They're all just too keen to just pick and go and try and get it over the line.
A good pick and go comes from the support behind you. If you're just picking and going and you don't have 2 men on your bum pushing through, you're not going to make it through a big Palmyra defence on the fringe. Not happy with that tap. Time back on, there we go. Kingsmill left. This looks better. You just got to find runners. Is that Eastwood, I believe? Short of the line, feeding to the left. Another advantage coming, Chupo. Running too high into contact. Now it's going to be a maul. That's 3 in a row, sir. I'm sure they'll be saying another tap and go. Big reserve. Short of the line here. You've got to do something a little bit more dynamic than crash ball clearly now. Kingsmill to Cece. Cece juggles. Cece gets it out now. Mills with a bit of space to work. Nabrosi into the corner. He's got to just drive forward. No. Got to get quick ball out now. Newsom's isolated. He's going to get a turnover if the boys don't arrive quickly. They're trying to hold him up in the tackle. Newsom Smith fighting well, but he's going to get over the line eventually. Cece Wagga now. Getting it out, Chupo. Chupo juggling, getting it back door. Juggling through the floor now. Not a chance there at all. I think that was Turner kicking it clear. And a massive pressure let off for Palmyra. Not the best defence you've seen in the world, because it wasn't quite the most dynamic attack.
Well, Palmyra kept them out, didn't they? But geez, some of the lines looked very ordinary there. They didn't know what to do. They're 5 metres out from the line. They didn't know which way was forward. They're just shuffling the ball around from side to side. Tupou was the only man really coming on with any sort of momentum. He's just too high with his carries, Tupou.
If he just dropped a little bit, that 120 kilo frame would be doing a lot of good for him.
Some of the Lions win a line out this afternoon.
Yeah, Eastwood with his own ball. And a penalty coming. You've got to use these boys. You can't be getting gifted penalties like this and not get some points on the board.
Off they go again.
Tap and go, not trusting the line out. Lamota. That's a tackle this time. Need that ball feeding quick. Nice little dummy by Shelford. Shelford to Eastwood. Eastwood flicking out wide. Nabrosi with a chance. Just need to reset again now. They're running backwards, the forwards. Need to be going forward onto the ball, boys. So we're centre field, 30 out. Another advantage coming. We've got to be having a chat after this.
Come on, Ian. Put someone in the bin.
Can't be having this all day. It's all not rolling.
Now put the skipper in the bin.
Skipper, Dylan Cunningham, he's the unlucky man that's going to go, but they've been lying all over the ball this afternoon in this second half. As ordinary as the attack is, they're certainly denying opportunity. Tap and goes the call, 15 versus 14 at the moment, and it's a bustling run, this big man off the bench. Tackle made now, got to let go. Numbers are out to the right, we've got to feed out. Let's send another one, I say. Newsom Smith, got a roll there as well. Palmyra absolutely killing play at the moment. Some of the most negative defence you've seen in a while. Fell, goes into half himself.
We'll come back for the penalty. It was Jackson Pugh that time. Jackson Pugh's probably given away, I reckon, 6 penalties in the last 10 minutes. Even if we are, I think we're just about on that 10-minute mark. I've just seen him just loitering and just spoiling the whole time. I actually feel sorry for Dylan Cunningham going to the bin because he's been such a strong game. But you're right, Nick, they're just at the breakdown. Palmyra's just very sloppy there. They're not controlled. They lose their feet a lot, and they're just putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on that ball when it's at the back of the ruck. They just got to let it go and reset themselves.
It's disappointing to see as well. You're 29-0 up. This is a good chance for you guys to run some exciting plays, show off for a little bit of your fans. Give a good showcase of rugby and prep for finals coming up in a couple of weeks. Try and make that top 4, but have some solid plans in place for what you're going to do in a sticky situation in a few weeks. And you're just coming in with negative play like that. It's a shame to see Camara with a beautiful rip, though. He won't give up easily. He's still leg driving, finding his way 18 from the line. So first bit of ball for them in about 8 minutes, I would say now. Box kick from Anapu.
Straight down the throat of Mills.
Mills with a chance. Nabrosi, that one was forward. But we'll ignore that, we'll move on. Nabrosi needs to get to ground as well. He's getting held up through contact. So another chance, similar position, left side of field, 30 metres out. And time to build. Fell goes himself. met by two big forwards. Not sure he's going to try that again soon. Eastwood picking and going left. Eastwood with a little bit of a hole. Presenting nicely, short side, box kick over the top. It's probably the wrong option, but it could pay off all the way in the corner for Nabrosi in the corner, no.
Oh my goodness, Mitchell Kingsmill, what are you thinking? You mean, boys have been tapping and going all day long, and then you finally get a little bit of good momentum where you're thinking you can attack it, and he just kicks the ball away. Oh, it's just you just shake your head. And off they go, quick note, Southern Lions absolutely napping there.
Not seeing an absolute piece of the play there. Think this is Marshall. He'll go all the way. No, it's Eden. As easy as you like. Eden will trot through the garden and score one in the corner for himself.
Oh my goodness, that's pathetic rugby from Southern Lions. It's just a standard 22 dropout. The Palmyra player just strolled up to the 22 line, took a quick one, off he went. Southern Lions were still milling around, probably inside the Pally half. I reckon 4 or 5 of the forwards were still milling around in there. And it was just an easy, quick one. Set up the 15 for Eden, who just coasted through. And they get their first try this afternoon. After being under pressure for the last 10 minutes, some of the Lions have just let themselves down. Their heads are dropped now. They probably feel like they've thrown everything at Palmyra in that last 10 minutes, and they didn't come up with any tries, no chocolates at all. And then Pally just runs the length of the field and puts one on them. So 34 points to 0. Pally gets their 6th try for the afternoon. Manahera Eden gets his first. I don't know what to say about Southern Lions at the moment. I don't want to bag them out too much because, you know, we want to be here and enjoy community rugby, but they've got to play for a bit of pride in the club as the kick is unsuccessful.
So still 0 to 34 in your Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week, and I think you're right, Mitch. You know, I like to think of it as constructive, as long as, you know, our tone might be a little bit negative at the moment, but you got to rock up a little bit better than this. You got to have a plan going forward. You can't be clueless when you're inside the 22. You got to know what you want to do. You can't, from the first penalty of the afternoon, tap or scrum because you know your line-out's going to miss, then miss 3 line-outs over the top in a row. It's little things like that. You got to be more prepared than that at Premier Grade Rugby, and they've shown better against Wanneroo 3 weeks ago. They were, you know, they showed for 50 minutes there they were an all right side, and it just seems they've lost their heads a little bit, and they just don't have any direction up front as we lose this one forward. Palmyra scrum to Southern Lions.
I don't know what Jackson Pugh was thinking about there. That was just all too easy for him. He stepped out of the first 2 tacklers and just threw a really ordinary pass to his support player there who couldn't handle it. Young bloke like that just needs to stick to the basics and stick nothing too fancy.
There's something that's going to secure your spot in a first grade side. It's making sure you don't screw up on silly ones like that. Yep. There's time for flair and there's time for ball.
I've always said to any young player over here in Perth, unless you're in the top 3 players on the first grade field, you're going no further.
So Eastwood circling at the back. Didn't quite get his hand on the ball. Wrapped up Cunningham. Tackle made. Must roll. Strip there. No release. So another penalty going the way of Southern Lions. And I know we've got one in the bin, but that's 3 more 30 metres out from the line in quick succession.
I think that was Carl Bissett that time, the 7. I mean, you heard Ian Sutherland clearly on the mic there call tackle 2 or 3 times.
And if you're just not going to comply, you can send another one to the bin.
So Southern Lions going to go for the line out. Pally still with a man in the bin. It's the skipper Dylan Cunningham. Scored 34 points to 0. As they fumble that one off the top. It's cleaned up though.
Ready for some ball. Newsom Smith just a little bit flat on his run today. I find him. He doesn't have the support runners. Turnover again. Chance for Short. Short wants the palm off. He's going to get wrapped up. Kamara over the top. Need to get support over now. Short side's the call. They're going to run out of space quickly though. Eden. Push to touch. Push to touch. Pushed into touch. Just running out of room there. Not sure if the short side was the option.
I love the dummy to no one. Quick line out
to Eastwood. Of course Eastwood was the one calling for that ball. Coming out wide now, Mills. Mills palming off one. Still running around Mills. Mills with a bit of speed, showing some intent. Lost backwards in the contact there. Got to hold on to the ball, boys. Another advantage coming.
Like Short down injured over here on this side.
We've got to have a chat now. Yeah, Short down close side, but on the over at the ruck there. We're probably going to send another one to the bin here. That's 4 in a row.
I think it's more than that.
I think it is more. I'm being conservative at this point, but who can keep track of a penalty count like this?
Bit of concern being showed on Leighton Short. Looks like he might have done a knee. Hopefully he's okay. It's crucial to this Palmyra team. Yep, another yellow card. It's the hooker, Vatulala.
So it's 13 versus 15. 2 forwards off. Scrum. Take the scrum. Push him back, force some subs, and you're going to have numbers wide.
So Leighton Short, the 12 for Palmyra, lays such a good platform for them in the midfield.
Yeah, I think I'd be putting him on ice right now.
Absolutely, you don't want to risk one of your leading players, especially as we're coming towards the pointy end of the season. Only a few weeks to go, 3 rounds after this one. We're in round 10.
I think he's one of the most dynamic ball runners in the comp at the moment. He's always happy to hit the advantage line. Looks for that fend on the inside, but still goes forward, secures ball. Then when he does manage to palm that one off, he's straight through and he's got a good turn of foot for a big man.
So he leaves the field.
Waiting for the referee to blow time on here. We'll get a decision out of the penalty as well. And still one down on the far side. Just getting a strapping job now.
I think it'd be Christian Bavadra maybe. Might be on the field there. We'll confirm that in a moment. So the ladder, if we go through the ladder at the moment for our Fortescue Premier Grade season, Cottesloe undefeated, 42 points, about to capitalise on bonus points in most of their games. Associates.
Tap and go to the call. Sorry, we'll come back in for
mate.
this. 13 on 15. We might actually have a bit of a chance for a try here now. Southern Lions need to work quickly. Kingsmill does nicely that time. I've been liking this new big ball runner off the bench. We don't have a name for him, but he's been running well. Just needs to get a little lower as always with the Southern Lions runners. Fell, cut out ball, doesn't go to hand, and that'll be lost forward. Let's go back to that ladder, Mitch.
Associates at second spot. Sorry about that, Nick. I thought we still had a player down. Just as well, we don't have to wait long for a break. West Scarborough on 29 points in third position, but there's a real congestion there. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. We're all bunched up there. West Pally, Joondalup, Nedlands and UWA. Wanneroo on 8th spot and 23, but they're a lot better team than 8th spot on the ladder. So more delays here. There's players potentially leaving, coming and going.
So we've got the scrum call now. We've got the 8 and the 2 off.
Yep, they've got to balance it out.
You need to send it forward, you need to send it back off, and you need to send a flanker off, boys. So now the bench is really getting tested here by Palmyra, at least through Short going off through 2 yellow cards. What are they going to go with here? So they've got a replacement hooker. They're going to run 8 in the scrum. They're going to run 7 in the scrum. They're not going to have an open side flanker. And they're 1 short in the back line, but it's their own ball. Chance for a big scrum. Southern no shove. Blind side, checked off, Apanu. A bit of a ruckus at the ruck, but feeding out the back now. And kicking clear. So Palmyra with not much of the ball in this second half. It's all been defense and they're happy to kick it away again. Under no pressure.
Yeah, with 2 men in the bin, that's the right option. Jurisic just making sure he put that one out. Slow play down a little bit until they get the numbers back. So short line out here for Southern Lions.
Need to win this
slap
one.
Down from Eastwood. Oh, dear oh me. It's not getting any better for Southern Lions this afternoon. No one was lifting there. Poor old Brody. The ball came in. He had to slap it down. I would have liked to see him catch it. And Kingsmill knocks it on. So Palmyra through no good work from them. They get a scrum on the 40-metre line out from their goal line. Pally backs.
They were looking their lifts here. They haven't got a taste of open space in probably 15 minutes now.
Still a little short side there for Napu to exploit as well down the right-hand side. Jackson Pugh probably packing at the back. I wouldn't rule that out, that they have a bit of a dart down there because Nabarosi is very deep.
So a little bit rocky at the start of the scrum, but then Palmyra pushed forward and it's gone around the side.
Tell you what, bad scrum for a
7-man.
You got
replacement hooker.
a few guys down. So just the 5 backs out here for Pally at the moment.
As you look across them, though, they're pretty much more dangerous than the last the whole way across. This one's gone to ground, ball available. See what they got in the book. Hold, stall ball, kicking into space, need a bounce.
Oh, out the full.
Silly mistake there, Palmyra. I didn't mind the option. It was a good fake out to do the hold pull ball, then kick corner. Found the space correctly, but just out on the full. And now Southern another shot.
Yeah, you're right, Nick. There was a little bit of space there, but you just go, guys, you haven't had the ball much. You may as well hang on to it.
One phase.
Yeah,
Take one.
Have a bit of a crack.
Eastwood with another slap. Kingsmill held onto it this time. Fell finding centre runs. Need to get over the top. The Jackal's there, though. The Jackal's strong. The Jackal's got it. Advantage coming. But they've got the penalty anyway. They got the turnover anyway.
Kicking it away again.
Nah, they'll take the penalty there. So a good little bit of smarts there by Napu.
There was a lovely turnover from Palmyra that time. He was really quick onto the ball. Draw the penalty and the advantage. So again, Palmyra just slowing this game down just a little bit while they wait for their return of their captain from the bin. Also the hooker, Lala, having a bit of a break at the moment after repeated infringements. A hefty penalty count against Palmyra this afternoon, and all pretty well justified. Ian Sutherland's no choice but to put men in the bin. And that was a nice little kick now. So Palmyra with the line out inside the Southern Lions half, scored 34 points to 0. We've got about 20 minutes to go.
And maybe a chance for the backs to run it through this time. Over the top, no one wants it. One at the back by Southern, Newsom Smith. Eastwood spinning out of one. He's put in a bit of effort today, the young man. Straight through, the ball was out. It's not attacking the half, lost backwards. And straight up the middle is Andrew Sanders, and he'll go in for Palmyra's first try of the second half. No, second try of the second half. And pushing the score out. Southern Line 0, Palmyra 39, Mitch.
Yeah, so a bit of an unusual try, that one. It was Kingsmill who got the ball out, but just took his time looking to get rid of it. And it was a hand from Carl Bissett just reaching through and knocking the ball out of his hand, and referee awarding that had gone backwards. Just missing that on the replay. And Andrew Sanders really not challenged. He was able to just coast in under the sticks for a 5-pointer for himself. Don't often see that, the big lot running from 40 out in under the sticks. So they're all going Palmyra's way this afternoon with 13 men on the field. They're able to convert this one as well. Jurisic extend that lead out to 41.
I'm sure when Sanders is telling that story tonight, he streaked away from 40. Absolutely streaked him down the middle of the field. No one could catch him.
Outrun all those flying Fijian Southern Lions backs.
They were coming from everywhere, but there was no one in sight.
So, number 12, Joel Lamatoa, finds himself in familiar territory of doing a restart. Goes long.
Really nice long kick, this one. It's going to get a bounce, going to get 2, and it's going to go all the way dead back.
Oh, dear. Oh, it's playing tricks on him this afternoon.
I thought I made a good call there for a second, but it turned out to be completely wrong.
Yeah, it looked like it was just going to sit up, and then it just kicked along. So the Lions will come back to halfway for a midfield scrum. Palmyra, they've got a new player on the field taking up the 9 position. So Reece Anapu moving out into the centres. And he doesn't make a bad centre as well, Reece Anapu. I've seen him play a bit at 13, and he's very good at making shots, and he's got good footwork as well with a bit of space. So let's see how he goes this afternoon out there in the midfield. Opportunity for a new player there in jersey number 17. I can't get you a name there at the moment.
As the young man has the ball at the back, he's just fishing, letting it stay in for a little while. Digging now, but they've pulled the penalty nicely there, Palmyra. So a good bit of smarts by the fresh halfback, probably Got told there, keep the ball in for a second, see what happens, and Palmyra come away with the scrum penalty quite easily. Kick to the corner now. Interesting combo, the low long socks with the high white skins.
Keeps it in. Gone forward though, that man's in front.
Yeah, it should be offside.
Oh, it's a pretty ordinary kick from Mills. Just give it back to Pally, he drops it.
No one wants a piece of the pill at the moment. Support arrives now. Boy looked to go himself, but got told off by Bissett, who will play halfback. As they go at the centre of the field. Chances left. Skip pass. That one's round the neck. Sisiwaga just getting it wrong. Adam Marshall cups it on the chin though. Gonna have a chat, but not much in it.
Yeah, nothing.
Just
in it. Just slipped
there.
up. Just slipped up. It was great work from Mills to keep that ball in, but obviously just getting away with that man picking up the ball. He was in front. And Pally not being able to capitalise on the poor kick. So what do we got here? We've got men coming back on. There's a couple of more reserves coming out for Palmyra. This must be the two units coming on. No, two coming on, two coming off. So they're going to keep the numbers down to where they are.
Yeah,
Yellow cards haven't expired yet.
I think we've had one return.
One return, so yeah. Cunningham didn't come back on.
Yeah.
So his coach has given him an early mark, which is probably deserving. He was pretty dominant out there this afternoon.
Did a bit of hard work as well. It was interesting that as well. They knew Sisiwaga as the target, so whenever Southern were in the 22, Cunningham seemed to be there every single time and cutting off that play.
Everyone's enjoying the afternoon down here at Success. Bit of music playing in the background. Everyone's enjoying a cold beverage. Good afternoon at Rugby. Super Saturday, as they say, around the country. Palmyra, good second shove from Southern Lions there. Penalised. Jackson Pugh taps and goes.
All the way to the corner for Pugh. Chance for another one here, Southern Lions. Duet. Maul called early here, so the turnover might come the way of Southern Lions. Ball available. Short side. Big runners either way. Gonna have to do some hard work to get over the top of this one. That's almost a yellow card in itself right there. But we'll play away. Palmyra centre ball runners. 10 out from the line. Spinning out to the right. Cracking on the inside now. Beating two.
Great little hit and spin.
Chances left. Panu feeling at 10. So Panu looked for the cutout ball, almost intercepted, but it's going to come the way of Palmyra. And in the corner is one of the big replacements.
He popped that ball over to his mate. He was about a metre over the try line when he popped it over his mate. Risa Napu did a really good job there setting up play. I like how he's getting in position early as an extra ball player. And there, I think it was just a matter of time before Southern Lions crossed the line. They've got a few reserves out there at the moment.
You see Napu checks it across. Almost doesn't go through for the intercept. And then, yeah, he's already over the try line there.
His mate just had to fall over. So 46 points to nil with a kick to come. We've got about 12 minutes to go of this half. Very one-sided game this afternoon. Southern Lions have got to start playing for a bit of club pride. They're a very proud club here, got a good junior base, very social club as well. We'll look to finish this game well in the last 10 minutes. It'd be lovely to see him get a 5-pointer this afternoon. Brody Eastwood has been tireless for them this afternoon, Nick. He's tried everything. He's been amongst things. He's tried to lift his side. As it's a good kick from the sideline, but it's pushed to the right. So the score will remain 46 points to nil.
Yeah, it's good to see the energy from the young kids like Brody Eastwood. Happy to get involved, happy to run the ball, happy to pass the ball. Wants to, like, Clearly the tactic this afternoon was the quick tap. He's happy to get around it if whenever there was a chance to try and get a quick throw in. So he's playing to the plan, wants to be about the team. Just need a few more men to follow.
So Lematoa. Interesting to see where he goes, long or short. You'd probably think you go short. You need to get that ball back in your hands. It's probably in between that one. Finds the little number 9 who's come on as a sub.
Straight through the middle here now, Palmyra. Just happy to pick and go at the moment. Finding the little halfback on the inside. He's going to get caught, slows down nicely, waits for support. Straight over the top. Almost a good clean out by Bissett, but couldn't quite roll over the top. They secure ball anyway. Chance for Kamara. Kamara just wrestling everyone on the field at the moment. Still fighting, now grounded. Backdoor. Skip pass, gonna get it on the bounce. That's almost offside as well, I think.
Oh, play on.
Play on's the call. Inside ball to the 21 in the corner.
Oh, I reckon that last pass was a bit dodgy as well, and that would certainly look like a knock on the far side there. Referee and Southern letting both go on. So it's not getting any easier for Southern Lions this afternoon. It was a bit messy out wide with that long pass. It just popped up.
They absorbed 30 good minutes of pressure, but now the gates are starting to open this afternoon in the second half.
We see this last pass back inside. Oh, geez, marginally forward. But we'll chalk it up as another try to Palmyra.
Another difficult kick in the corner to come after this.
So the men coming off the bench are starting to cash in on the hard work laid in the first half from their mates, and they chalk up the 50 points. This will be the 4th consecutive loss to Southern Lions. It's a bit of a shocking kick from Juricic. Just didn't get it right there, and went pretty much 5 metres off the ground across the face of the post. So it'll be the 4th match in a row where Southern Lions have lost by 50 or more, so having a hard time of it this 3/4 of the way through the season, whereas Pally, this will give them a lot of momentum coming into the next few weeks, I think, Nick, and really put them in good position for that top 4 finish that they're looking for.
Well, exactly. They've been in the top 4 a lot in recent years, and there's a lot of teams knocking on the door this year in the short form competition. It's all down to points and percentages, but this will feed the percentage really nicely for Palmyra as people are juggling this one left, right and centre after the kickoff, and we'll get a scrum down for Southern Lions.
And 9 tries in this afternoon, 3 successful conversions. Kamara's the only one that's got a double so far this afternoon. I thought he'd be in for an absolute bag the way he started the game.
Now with the full complement of 8 back, Palmyra using this scrum as a weapon again. Oh, and they're straight through this time as well, popping up the front rowers. Absolutely cracked Chris Bain at the top, and they've come away with the ball. So it's a good turnover scrum win. Pure getting it off to the replacement halfback through Tui.
A little bit high.
Come back for the penalty, nothing coming from that there.
I like the way Jackson Few's starting to play a little bit tighter now and work through the middle of the field. Still not keen on the way he carries the ball in a very loose way when he's in that contact area, but
exactly no.
Certainly like to see him do a little bit more of that tight stuff and work through that middle of the field, and just his players just need to run off him a little bit better. He's combined pretty well with Cale Bissett. They're both big, tall young men. They're probably missing a genuine fetcher at the breakdown, I would say, Pally. They're probably missing that genuine number 7 who really works hard at the breakdown and get those turnovers for you. There's a scrappy ball from the line out, nicely tidied up by the replacement number 9. He's had a 1, 2, 3 tackles.
Available at the back. Feeding across the face, another great chance for DeWitt. DeWitt getting a hands free. That's broke.
Oh, he just popped it off the ground. Just need to be patient. The vet was a great big charge on the big redhead. Would have loved to have seen him take on the 15, maybe try to speed bump him.
No, got it off to Wesley Brooks, didn't go to hand.
So 51 points to nil. We got just over 5 minutes to go in our Fortescue Premier Grade match of the day down here at the home of Southern Lions in Success. Brody Eastwood just getting a bit of attention on the far side. He hobbles back.
Says, I'm not done yet.
Certainly be wanting to finish the game for his team this afternoon. He's been by far the best player out there for Southern Lions. He's tried his guts out. Whereas this afternoon
as well.
This afternoon for Pally, it's hard to pick a real standout performer for Pally this afternoon. Probably Devet. It's probably my pick at the moment. Big redhead.
Just been big around the ground all day today.
Risa Napu's been also very good, but he's currently standing at 15 at the moment now. Oh, the little number 9. Oh, is he going to get away?
Lost forward.
Yeah, Risa Napu's been solid. Kamara's probably gone a little bit quiet after his 2 early tries. Oh, a little bit of niggle. No, don't need that, boys.
Yeah, penalty came across from the far side from Rob Kellum.
Referee Ian Sunderland just having a bit of a chat to tell the players to settle things down.
This one's going to make its way to touch.
Quick tap and off they go. Let's go, Southern Lions. Let's get a try.
Deep inside your 22. CC Wagga gets his hands free. Got to get it out. No, it's going to go to ground this time. Navrosi, no, the replacement winger, still bustling through. Brought down opposition 40, so it's a net gain on the tap and go. Off feet, surely, yes. Thank you very much. It's almost got to be cynical in itself, that one there, and it's going to be on in the back play again. Brought to ground nicely. Chances out wide. Fell goes and shows. Wrapped up by all 3 front rowers there. Penalty again. We've got to have another chat now.
Tell you what, the number 16 out there, I think it might be Hayden Krogan. Needs to really watch himself. He's come in for a bit of push and shove twice now, and certainly was the culprit on that cynical penalty a moment ago. Palmyra really needs to finish this game off on a positive. Southern Lions, Brody Eastwood, the man, still going out there this afternoon. Can they get their first try of the afternoon? Finish with a 5-pointer.
Got to be a penalty and he's got to go.
Yeah, see you later, Carl Bissett. Oh no, we're going to have a chat. It's definitely a yellow card offence, that one. Oh dear, no, you can stay on.
Shame as well, because they are, it's as soon as they get in the red zone there, it's 3 penalties. Maybe it's more my frustration with the game itself this afternoon. But I want to see some more action. So another chance for Kingsmill to feed Fell to go. She was undecided there, and it's going to be lost forward. You've got to pick your option there. If you're going to go long, but don't double fake it to a short ball that your man thinks is already lost. Newsom Smith does nothing wrong. I don't know why you're tossing him around the floor. And we'll have a scrum after all that.
Yeah, so Fell that time, he hasn't done too bad this afternoon, Fell. He's tried to take the ball to the line and pick up his runners, but on that time, it just all went a bit wrong.
I'd just like to see him start his line a little bit straighter, though. When he catches the ball at 10, he's already on a 55, 60-degree angle outwards. I'd like to see him hit it straight and let the centre runner come in on the angle towards him.
Yeah, and Kingsmill's service as well just takes out an extra step when he gives the ball, which is also not very helpful as a 10. So Palmyra, can they finish with a meat pie to close things out this afternoon? 51 points to nil.
Balls there at the back, they're happy to charge it. They want another penalty. Just to show the penalty count's not 2 one way. Centre field. I think that's Andrell. Now Pugh throws it forward, no need there. Eastwood Give yourself a chance, young man Eastwood. You've played well today. Show go. Go on, Eastwood. Get up. Brought down by DeWitt. Shows it goes again. Another 6 metres. He'll take it. Thank you very much. Now get it 10, Eastwood. That's a tackle now. Got to release him. He's around the neck too. Yeah, he's not going to be happy about that one. That's fair enough as well. He had him around the neck the whole way around and wouldn't release. Wasn't part of the tackle, but it certainly wasn't nice. So hopefully this game comes to a close not too long after the 40 minutes here. Otherwise it could start falling out of control. Waiting for a player down in back play.
I think that's Sisawonga down there. So just a little bit of niggle creeping in the last few moments from both teams. Guys off the bench just adding a little bit of feeling to this game this afternoon. Otherwise it's been played in pretty good spirits. The community rugby scene over here in WA, it was a great game last weekend up at Wanneroo. Wanneroo taking on Joondalup. Really impressing their claims for being in the top 4 this season. Wanneroo Dogs, and Joondalup just hitting a bit of a speed hump with 3 losses on the trot.
Could be 4 today as well.
Yeah, in a bit of trouble against West this afternoon.
Certainly as well. I think if Wanneroo don't quite crack the top 4 with the form they're in at the moment, I think they'd be hot favourites for the second round of finals as well. So scrum time, Palmyra at 22. 10 from touch. Need to get back the Southern Lions backman here. They're going to get turned inside out. Another big shove, and now they're popping off everywhere, and it's a penalty advantage, and they'll go. It's a good scrum by Palmyra.
Yeah, Pally scrum this second half has been very good. Going to claim a few penalties. Anyone following the games this afternoon? Some very close games around Perth. Wanneroo 36, Kalamunda 31 in the dying moments. That one's going to go down the wire. Nedlands v UWA, that'll also go down the wire. And West 35-31 with Joondalup, that's going down the wire. So
plenty of big results coming around the grounds this afternoon.
So we're in the dying throes of the game. We're on the referee's clock now. 51 points nil, 9 tries to Palmyra this afternoon, double to Kamara. Reserves cashing in with a couple of ones in the last few moments. There's an uncontested line out there. Easy win for Pally, and they go wide.
Happy to finding their link-up backs. There's plenty of numbers out wide there. Kamara, he's going to charge up the right-hand side of the field, linking up now well.
Napu ran it 1 out of 2, still going. Couple of good shots. Oh, right, whack.
22 metres though. Popped out the side. Southern Lions turnover. Cece heading off to Newsom. Newsom Smith. This is his big chance. Can he break 3? Works it almost to halfway. Turnover coming Palmyra. Off feet. Hit the ground first.
1 second later, you've got Palmer. Instant Palmer. Instant.
So Pally, they'll go to their tap and go, and off they go again.
Fell. A big replacement lock. Off feet again there. Lucky to not play at the ball. Kingsmill finding short ball off to the short side. Turnover comes. Just need to keep ball in hand in the dying moments here. DeWitt spinning wide. Nice hit up there.
He's throwing that one into his face of his mate. Yeah. Again, that one-handed offload. At least that one went backwards that time. Unlike the one he tried before, which went forwards. So we're still going this afternoon. We're obviously had a few men down. We're on the injury clock. A few players getting attention across this second half. Extending this game out. Pretty much slowed down to a bit of a crawl in these last few minutes.
Southern need to get this one in and out really quickly. There's an open blind side here for Brody Smith. Brody Eastwood, I should say. And he's looking for it, and he goes. Eastwood with another crack. He's got an undying set of legs, and he takes the second man on. That's a little bit in from the side, but it doesn't matter, we'll play on. Need to use it, boys. Lucky to get the penalty advantage there. I'd kick it over the top here. Have a little cross kick opportunity. Use your penalty advantage. Probably the best look you'll get. There's Kingsmill. Feeds his hooker, then deep to Fell. Triple cut out again. Getting shut down wide. But there's a chance for the replacement wing. Inside ball, Cici Wagga. Still penalty advantage coming now. Dying seconds, must be. Kingsmill. Bounce pass, doesn't find Eastwood. Newsom Smith, penalty. Eastwood, get on the ball. You know he wants it. Newsom Smith's going to have a crack. So Newsom Smith beating the first two. The 3 and the 4 bring him down. Need to be dynamic here. Fell, wrapped up. Last chance, pick and go. No way through at A. They'll try again on A, right hand side. Half a metre. Probably 8 out from the line from here. Newsom Smith goes blind, getting turned through the tackle. No way again. Palmyra don't want to see a try on the scorecard here. Need something a little bit more than pick and go right, but they're working their way to the corner. They're going to be 5 out now. Pick and go again. Almost to the line now. This is a real chance. They got to spin wide, spin hard. Wagga, inside line. Look to get the hand sweep, got wrapped up by the tackle assist. Palmyra straight through the middle. Disrupted ball, lost forward.
Newsom Smith down in play.
And Eastwood on the touchline too. Time off.
He's had a lot of carries this afternoon. Brody Eastwood still limping around out there. So the 2 back rowers, they've tried to inspire their team this afternoon by getting involved as much as they possibly can through their carries, but they just haven't had the numbers or the firepower to really trouble the Palmyra try line this afternoon. And Pally are hanging in there. They're trying to protect their 0 score against them this afternoon. Enjoyed the run of play, but obviously a lot of penalties against them this afternoon. It's something that's going to cost them, and they need to tidy up when they get to the big games. They can't afford to be giving away that many penalties against the better quality opposition. So their discipline's got to be addressed by coach Jack Lloyd. And they're just been a bit untidy at the breakdown in particular, and probably just missing that genuine number 7 who can really do the damage for them. But certainly their tight 5 this afternoon have been impressive at the set piece. So the hapless Mitchell Kingsmill will have one last throw of the dice to see if he can get Southern Lions over the try line. Scrum under enormous pressure.
Eastwood got crunched under that. Ball available. Comes out. Not sure how it would have got out of that scrum legally, but we'll worry about that next week.
He's going to let it bounce.
That's a silly option. He's going to run out of time. Kawera's waiting for him there. Was blindsided. He's going to try to strip the ball here. Doesn't quite get it. Slow ball. Kingsmill finding runners. Shelford. Kingsmill with a dart himself, feeding it out. Penalty. Southern Lions not coming back around the gate. There's still more rugby left in this game. Triple cut out to nothing. A little shoulder bump, lost forward.
Another penalty.
Another penalty now.
Oh. I've got no idea what this penalty count must be this afternoon, but it must be getting up in the 20 mark against Pally, I would have to say.
It's huge. I reckon it almost beat Pally's score.
Here we go. That's a lovely little kick into the corner.
Maybe they should have gone the line out all day.
Here we go. Come on, Southern Lions. Get yourselves a try this afternoon.
I want to see a big push. I want to see the 15-man push here. I want everyone in and I want everyone pushing. As we line up in the corner, they're going to go with 8. Needs to tell these backs to get across.
Well and truly on overtime at the moment on the clock. So maybe Ian Sutherland's backing him in for a try as well. Give him a couple extra minutes to see if they can score. Oh, they've given it out. I would have loved to see rolling more.
Backdoor. Reverse cutout. Chance for Mills. Mills has been all right all day. That one's into touch.
And Reese and Apu will kick it into touch. And that'll do us here down at Southern Lines. Palmyra running out 51 points to nil. 9 tries this afternoon and 3 conversions. A double to Kamara, the outside centre. Southern Lions unable to get on the scoreboard this afternoon, but Brody Eastwood, the number 8, is their best. DeVette and Napu's probably the best in Kamara. A solid game from him. So very one-sided affair down here this afternoon, Nick, but we'll do a couple of end of match interviews and we'll be back shortly.
Yep, beautiful. Okay, see you next week, everyone.